Ultimate lesson here is that the rock was never the real problem. In a way, it was the solution. The struggle it created is what forced the seed to build a foundation strong enough to withstand anything.
Understand what is the biggest problem in your path using this story.
So, what if the biggest obstacle in your life wasn't actually an obstacle at all? Today, we're going to dive into this simple but honestly pretty profound story about a tiny seed, a massive rock, and a surprising secret about where our true strength really comes from. You know, this idea right here, that struggles make you great, is really the heart of our story. It's this powerful reminder that the challenges we think are breaking us, well, they might actually be building us for something way bigger. Let's see how this all plays out. All right, so picture this. Our story kicks off in a huge, quiet desert. And deep under the sand, there are 3 date palm seeds. Each one has the potential to become this incredible, mighty tree. But for one of them, the path forward was, well, it wasn't going to be so clear. Can you even imagine the frustration? I mean, this seed had one job: grow up towards the sun. But nope, a huge, unmovable rock was sitting right on top of it, blocking its way. Right from the very start, the whole situation just looked completely hopeless. And, to make matters even worse, while our little seed was stuck, the other 2 had it super easy. They just sprouted up without any trouble at all. And then they started taunting the trapped seed from above ground, basically saying, "Hey, just give up. You're never going to be a tree. You'll never see the world up here." And yeah, those words, they really hit hard. The trapped seed started to lose all hope. All it knew was darkness and this crushing pressure. It truly started to believe that its life was over before it even had a chance to begin. But right at this moment, this point of complete and total despair, an unexpected mentor spoke up. The very soil that was all around it. See, the soil had seen countless seeds face countless struggles, and it had some wisdom to share. And this brings us to a choice we all face when we hit a wall, right? Do you just accept defeat? Or do you start looking for another way forward, even if it's not the path you originally wanted or planned for? The soil's advice was so simple, but it was also a complete game changer. It said, look, don't be sad. If you can't grow up, then grow down. Spread your roots as deep as you can. Focus on the one option you still have. And you know what? The seed listened. While the other saplings were up there laughing, our little seed made a choice. It stopped fighting the rock head-on, and instead poured every last bit of its energy downward into the dark, unseen soil. Now, this wasn't easy work at all. It was a slow, difficult journey inward. The seed pushed its roots deeper and wider, just working tirelessly in the dark, searching for something it couldn't even see yet. This was a time of really intense, invisible struggle. And then it happened. Its roots touched water. All of a sudden, the seed had this deep, constant source of energy. With these strong roots and a steady supply of water, its power just doubled. All that invisible work had finally totally paid off. So now, armed with this incredible new power, the seed felt this surge of confidence. It was time to try again, to reach for the sky one more time. But this time, it wasn't weak or hopeless. This time, it was strong. With its powerful root system holding it down like an anchor, the seed pushed upwards with everything it had. And get this, it couldn't break the rock, but it didn't have to. It found a way around it, finally breaking through the side and into the sunlight. And what happened next was just incredible. Fueled by that deep water source, the seed grew at this explosive pace. In just a few days, it became a massive, towering tree that completely dwarfed the other 2. They could only stare in total disbelief. But hold on, the story doesn't end there. The ultimate test, that was still to come. One day, a fierce storm just tore through the desert with these howling winds that threatened to uproot everything. The 2 trees that had that easy start, well, with their shallow roots, they were just torn right out of the ground. They fell. But our tree, the one that struggled, it didn't even budge, not an inch. Its deep, powerful roots held it firm against the full force of the storm. You see, that time under the rock wasn't a setback. It was what the story calls preparation time. And think about it, those slow, difficult moments in our own lives, that's when we're building our deep inner strength, our roots, that are going to hold us steady when the storms eventually come.
So the ultimate lesson here is that the rock was never the real problem. In a way, it was the solution. The struggle it created is what forced the seed to build a foundation strong enough to withstand anything. So the takeaway for us is pretty clear. Our greatest challenges? They're not there to break us, they're there to build us.
And so I'll just leave you with this question. Take a look at the biggest obstacle in your path right now. And instead of seeing it as something that's stopping you, ask yourself, what deep, unseen strength is this challenge forcing me to build? What is your rock teaching you?